From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Well, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Tuesday, October 10th.
Let's get things started.
This is an undescribable experience.
Families in fear for their lives and for the lives of their loved ones as the fighting between Israel's military and Hamas enters another grim day.
I supported Kevin McCarthy. I believe he's the right person to lead. I wouldn't bet on it.
A big day ahead as Republicans meet to figure out who should lead as Speaker of the House. Legislation in the balance, as well as aid to Ukraine and Israel while a nation waits. And healing when things are hard. Bay Area bridge builders in our community bridge the divide between patient and performer.
We get to kick back, relax, and just enjoy each other.
Need a break? It's Travel Tuesday, and we've got ways to reset. And as you dream of a giveaway, the dream of a Powerball payout just added some more zeros.
And we wish you a lucky day on a Tuesday. Whether you win or not, we're winning when you're here. Good morning, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan.
And I'm Nicole Zalimis. Are you feeling lucky today? Are you going to do it?
Clint Eastwood style. Yeah, I bought my ticket already, and it has multiple plays, so I'm watching.
I have a better chance at hitting the beach with some champagne than winning that Powerball. So I'll invest my money there. A nice little romantic vacation.
You never know. Someone's got to win. Why not us, right? Or maybe you at home. So good luck to anyone who is rolling the dice or picking that winning ball. And, you know, Jess, it could be a lot of fun getting those millions. But, you know, maybe you can get yourself a driver to work, which is what I would do with my winnings.
Oh, my gosh, right? Especially in these early hours. We all could just use our personal little Ubers to get to the station, sleep in. That'd be great. All right, let's take a quick look at what's going on right now for all of our drivers this morning throughout the Bay Area. If you're about to hit the road, you're about to deal with some wet conditions throughout some of the Bay. Right now, we are waking up to misty conditions. It's cool, it's cloudy. We're seeing clouds widespread throughout the Santa Clara Valley right now, sitting in the 60s. Off to a mild start this morning, but into this afternoon, these temperatures that you see right around me, they're not going to warm up too much more. Daytime highs today all throughout the Bay Area, 60s and 70s. It makes it very easy for me to forecast that, but we do have some rain in the forecast that I really want to dive into. So let's actually just start off with that. Starting off with official sunrise, 7:13 this morning. Right now, it doesn't even matter. It's cloudy as can be over the city of San Francisco. Here's that live radar waking us up this morning with rain just to the north of us, currently impacting areas like Redding across the board over into the Trinity County Alps and, of course, Eureka. But as that sweeps its way down south, we're going to start seeing some of those leftovers right around the corner. I mean, it's not going to amount to much. Just like yesterday's cold front that swept its way through, this is cold front number 2, and it's going to bring us those mild temperatures, some windy onshore winds, and a little bit of rain closer to dinner time tonight, actually. So don't be shocked if you're heading home from work around that 5-6 o'clock hour and the roads are wet. You're going to need to use windshield wipers. Just make sure you give yourself some space. Take it extra slow. This is what we're looking at all throughout the evening hours tonight. Luckily, it starts to dry up as we head into the overnight hours. Then we're left with sunny skies as we head into the next couple days. Now, for now, at least for the next couple days, it's going to stay nice and dry. Heading into this weekend, chances start to increase. That'll be the case for us next week, too. I'll have more on that in a bit, and I'll show you that on the models. For now, I'm going to send it over to you, G.
All right, Jessica, thank you. CHP says at least one person is dead after a big rig smashed into a toll booth on the westbound entrance to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. That big rig burst into flames when it happened, and this was just before 10 o'clock last night. So as of right now, let's get a live look at the area. 3 lanes on that 580 stretch have reopened now, but as you can see, it's still a very active, busy scene. This is still a developing story, and we'll let you know when the rest of those lanes will open up. In the meantime, it's going to get busier and busier with having fewer lanes available for folks to work their way across the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. So let's get a look at our maps right now to get you some alternates. You don't want to get stuck in the backup. We're tracking brake lights already coming off the East Shore Freeway and as you approach that toll plaza area. So stick with Highway 37. That runs parallel to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge between 80 and 101. That will work as well. And clocking in some pretty good speeds as of right now. You could head down into San Francisco, cut across the Bay Bridge also. So just keep in mind, if you're headed to Marin, you'll have to work your way through the city and back up the Golden Gate. So a couple of options there. Definitely give yourself some extra time this morning if you typically take the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge.
Israel at war and fighting continues in the Middle East, and more airstrikes to report this morning in Gaza. Look at this. That is the result. This is after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared war against Hamas over the weekend, making good on his promise to exact a heavy toll on Hamas for its deadly and terrorist attack that continues this morning. This, my friends, is what war looks like. Buildings demolished, and we can also tell you water and sanitation sites are cut off in this area, leaving close to 500,000 people without water or sewer. Now, while we learn that 11 Americans have been killed, with reports of some still missing, President Joe Biden will address the nation this morning as he sends military aid to Israel. Overnight, you see this, landmarks around the world glowing blue and white in solidarity with Israel. More than 1,500 people on both sides dead since Saturday. Hamas claims to have taken dozens of Israeli hostages, and they're now using them as political playing cards. Word is this morning they are threatening to execute the Israeli hostages if Israel strikes Palestinian civilians. Israelis calling for a united world front against terror.
The forces of civilization must support Israel in defeating Hamas.
So in some parts of the United States, getting a coalition for support for Israel, not always easy. Tempers flaring in many U.S. cities as pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protests pitted neighbor against neighbor.
No one look at us. No one cared about us.
There's nothing we can do other than go to war and hope for the best.
Again, we await word this morning from President Joe Biden on next steps. Now, while we can tell you assistance from the U.S. is on the way, there are no plans to put U.S. boots on the ground. But here at home, Jewish people feeling a heightened sense of fear. Security guards at many Jewish synagogues and schools this very morning, guarding places of learning and prayer against threats. And also here at home, a gathering at San Francisco City Hall in support of Israel. And that's where our Betty Yu met an Israeli exchange student who finds himself stuck in the Bay Area as his family hides out in a bomb shelter back home.
This photo of a bomb shelter about 20 miles outside the Gaza Strip shows two young children sleeping. This is also how Yuval Appelbaum's nephew spent his 4th birthday. Their father has been called up to fight with the Israel Defense Forces, or IDF.
My family are in the bomb shelter, no electricity. Some of them were locked in the Gaza Strip outskirts, just fearing for their lives, having no way to go even to the bathroom, not knowing what's happening because there were terrorists walking around from outside their houses. I have a friend who was murdered on the way to help innocent civilians. I have an uncle who had a missile that fell a house next to him.
Yuval shared this photo of the damage. He happens to be in San Francisco for the first time on a 2-week trip as a graduate exchange student studying the Middle East. He's also a reservist combat officer in the IDF.
This is an undescribable experience. We can't even start to say what our feelings. We are here. We're stuck here. We can't. Our flights back are canceled, and we have to find a different solution to go back and help our families, help our country to defend itself.
Yuval joined the pro-Israel rally outside City Hall.
I'm used to the sirens since I'm in elementary school. We have the sirens for 21 years. We have missile attacks for 21 years. It's not every day, it's not every hour. We live a normal life like here in the US, but this is something we've never seen before. As we have terrorists who crossing the border, killing hundreds of civilians.
Looking for ways to help.
Ofra Paz, who moved to San Francisco from Israel in 2014, has relatives who live near the Gaza border.
They were just rescued last minute by the Israeli Defense Army. They just jumped through their windows after their homes were set on fire.
Yuval can't help but wonder what his fate would be if he was back home when Hamas launched that surprise attack.
And if I was there on October 7th, I would be probably one of those kidnapped or one of those killed. The fact that I'm here right now, maybe it's here to get to know the Jewish community, but I'll do whatever it takes to get as possible back.
Palestinians in the Bay Area are also watching in horror. We spoke with Basim El-Kara, a San Francisco native whose parents are from Gaza. He feels the story of ordinary Palestinian suffering has been lost and talked about the fear and anxiety that he and others have been feeling.
We're hearing entire families wiped out. And this happened in the last war where folks from California lost one lost 15 family members, another one lost over 20 family members. And you know, in previous wars, Israelis would do a warning shot first so folks can evacuate their homes or their apartment complexes, but they're not doing that anymore.
Well, let's take a live look at SFO this morning, where some major airlines have suspended flights to and from Israel after the State Department issued a travel advisory. Our Sean Chitness is live at SFO this morning with more on how this could be impacting travelers. Good morning, Sean.
Gianna, good morning. And we know that is certainly impacting those direct flights from SFO to Tel Aviv. They are not happening right now. And that is also hurting the families who are trying to get to and from that country right now, especially those that are trying to reunite. So we want to tell you about a nonprofit that is here in the Bay Area trying to help those specifically Israelis who are stranded here in the U.S. The organization is called Unacceptable, that's with an X, and they are trying to help people get home. So the nonprofit is working with travelers, including students in some cases, who will have to fly back on a private jet because several airlines have canceled their flights.
Some people actually need to go back and they can't because the direct flight of United from SFO has been canceled. And therefore they need to stay around. So we create like a platform to host families who are getting stuck, and Israelis who are getting stuck here and around the country.
So as you mentioned, that flight from SFO to Tel Aviv that United offers has been canceled for this week. And so that is certainly impacting the work that they're doing. Now, El Al, which is the major carrier for Israel, they are still operating as scheduled. That's the update that they gave us on Monday, but they don't currently have a direct flight from SFO to their country. Gianna, back to you.
Sure, a lot of people wanting to be with their families right now. Thank you, Sean, for that report. We'll continue to follow the latest developments out of the Middle East. Stay with us on air, streaming on CBS News Bay Area and online at KPIX.com.